Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's the start of a new week and we're at the top of the workshop looking at the top performing maps, and this one is doing very well indeed. Now, to be fair, it doesn't look all that from up here. Actually, when we get down to ground level, it doesn't look all that from down there either. But it does have something, and that something is this is exactly the kind of map that I was looking for when I started this series 3.5 years ago. Now, sadly, I have evolved since then. I'm a different player, but this series would have finished if I found this in week 1. I would have just played this. This creator?
It's my first map.
That's right, but it goes a lot deeper than that, and we'll talk about that in a few moments. But first of all, one of these. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Unus x Nobis TimKalation Community Project by TimKalation. The TimKalation Community Project is because they are a Twitch streamer. Hurrah! There's your start square. That is an excellent start square, and while you might moan all you like about detailing, this is as good as it gets in terms of start squares. Terrain heights, very playable, 25 tiles and lots of fun around the edges. And then we have the resources, a little bit blocky, but hey, what do you want? What do you want? At least you know where everything is. That's what I'm saying for that one. And the fishing, if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, we've even got surplus tuna. There's loads of tuna on this one. Off to the workshop, what do we need? No DLC required, 81 tile mod recommended, and then a short little read. We will be using the vanilla tropical theme, the realistic 1.2 LUT, and there's a link there to TimKalation's twitch.tv. Do go and check it out. Now, if you speak German, go over there and check them out. Reason being, it looks like a fun community. I've got to say that. It really does look like I've not watched this being created, and even if I were to be aware it was being created, what's that highest peak over? That's weird. We'll check that in a minute. Even if I knew they were building it, so I'd say if for example, let's see who's a big creator, Zosso, the return of Zosso, they're streaming, they say come and watch me create this map, BonBon. I would say no, because when I review the maps, I want to see them clean. I want to have no preconceptions. I don't even like looking at screenshots before coming down, because I get a preconception and it just affects the review. So anyway, but it does look like they had an awful lot of fun making it. And fun communities are the best communities to be part of. Here we got a couple of really high bridges. In fact, we just saw a bit of shipping clipping with the container vessel on the left there. I think the one on the right is going to be fine. We'll check out the clipping later on anyway when we do the shipping routes. A very, very high bridge. That is much higher than it really needs to be, and some shipping clipping there as well. That could be brought down a fraction without really affecting too much. Even this bridge here doesn't need to be anywhere. There's no shipping coming up this route, I'll tell you that in advance. Spoiler alert, no shipping up this little route here. Doesn't need to be anywhere near that high. So anyway, yes, it's a community project. So what I imagine has happened here, TimKalation has been doing the build, and then in the chat, people be going, hey, why don't you do this? Hey, why don't you do that? And basically just working together as a team and having a bit of a laugh. And why not? Apparently 60 hours worth of work has gone into this, and I'm not going to say anything else about that because I can't say anything positive to support it. But what I can say is 60 hours of fun sounds like a lot of fun to me. Got some serious blue mantle underneath this bridge, and another one coming up in a moment. I do have a tutorial on the channel for those that want to work out how to avoid blue mantle. And oh, we've got a bit of serious jinky janky going on there. Haven't seen any serious jinky janky for a little while. And there's a little bit of mine jinky janky up just about here, but we can skip over that one. Another little bit of elevated road there, and yes, we've got some more blue mantle. Not quite as bad as the other side, but any blue mantle is bad blue mantle. Plopped intersection here. I like this intersection. You can't use this one too much. Yeah, if you've got 3 highways coming in together, just use that one and you'll be fine. BonBon will not mark you down. We're going to have a look at these rather interesting fantasy hills. Now, remember, we are playing with a vanilla theme here, and the vanilla themes are particularly unattractive. And I was very tempted to do a flyby at the end with some random themes, just to sort of like show how the map might look if we weren't using vanilla themes. But that's not how the creator intended the map to be seen, and then I'm just including my own creativity into it, and that's not that. It's not about me. It's not about me, it's about the creators, and it's about you, and finding a map that you want to have some fun with. And there's bound to be one person watching this will like this map enough to take it on and have a go. Another really high bridge, way too high for what it needs to be. Another high bridge there. Coming down towards the start square intersection, this is a really nice intersection. Yes, it may well be plopped, but I think I like this one. It's certainly better than the vanilla wishbone, and the slopes and the gradients are really nice as well. And if we're in the start square, it must be time for BonBonB to do some making. Now, normally we just review a pre-placed item, but I'm going to actually make this one. It's the Big Parking Lots basic version by Hockenheim 95. And while I'm making this on screen in front of you, I'm going to read you the factoids. Factoids because factoids. On this day, the 8th of June in 632 AD, the Prophet Muhammad died. Though he thought dogs were unclean, how dare he? And he's well within his rights, right? He had a deep respect for cats, and once cut off his sleeve so as not to disturb a sleeping cat when he was as he was getting up. So that's the Prophet Muhammad died on this day in 632. Oh, saying dogs are unclean. It's not like they lick their own jet. Oh, sorry, they do that. Mind you, cats do as well. Anyway, the Big Parking Lots basic version, there are 3 versions. There's a detailed version, I believe, and a grass verge version. As you can see, you can make your own. You can make your own shapes and sizes and do your own detailing. It's a variation from Baddy Deer's Parking Lots Roads, and I think this is a really nice thing indeed. So anyway, Big Parking Lots, this is the basic version by Hockenheim 95. Great to have a new alternative on the workshop. And we'll head back to the roads. See how easy that was to make. That was super easy. Lots of fun as well. I think certainly just variations. I do like variations. Combining that with Parking Lots Roads as well to make different shapes and sizes could have a lot of fun. Okay, heading down now to what we got here. Cloverleaf. Cloverleaf, nicely detailed, basic detailing. Nice. I like the framing of the roads here with these rocks. That's a neat little touch. There are some neat little touches here and there, you know. Now, if we were to follow that road on, we'll join up with this road. Okay, 2 highways going to the same locations, never a good idea. But, well, we're just going to play along with it today, okay? We're just going to play along with it. Because we're going this route because it's more interesting. Certainly the scenery we're going to be jumping over. Like we have here a canyon. A gouged canyon at that. I've got to say, not too much time has been spent in the gouging of these canyons, as you will be able to see from above. It literally is just a sweep of the terrain tool. But it's all in the overall design. Here, oh, you might notice. Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, it's got water at the bottom. No, yeah, a little bit of blue mantle there as well, or a lot of bit of blue mantle. And then heading along across this this plateau in the corner. So if you're playing the 9 tile or 25 tile game, you'll never see this. But if you're playing with the 81 tiles, which is recommended, and I would recommend it as well, because there are lots of little areas around the edge of the map that I think could be a lot of fun to play in. Look at the colours here. Ooh. Keep forgetting we've got colourful trees in vanilla. Then if we head down here, you're going to see a really complex intersection right on the edge of the map. I mean, what? Why? What? Well, why? Because we're splitting these 2 roads up, aren't we? We had to find a way of doing it. It is actually quite tidy. Complex and tidy. Do we really want it right on the edge of the map? All these nodes and segments? Well, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. But I probably wouldn't have. But there you go. And then we've got a slightly slopey bridge here. With what's going on with the suspension sections on this side. I don't know if that was by intent. A little bit of blue mantle as well. If it was by intent, you've done a really good job there. I don't get it, I don't understand it, and I don't believe it. But it was by intent, credit where it's due. And there are some quirky things on this map that make me think it might be by intent, possibly. Now, roller coasters. The rail on this map is full of ups and downs. And climbing over the highways, as you'll see here, throughout. And it's even bending. It's even bending. Okay. Yep, I'm happy to roll with it. I'm happy to roll with anything. I did say the standards weren't exceptional. Why didn't we just go around this cliff? Could have gone around the cliff. Oh yeah, the standards aren't exceptional, but the design, and I like fun maps as well as I like realistic maps. Fun maps as it's just part of the thing. This is pretty much exactly what I was been looking for way back. I can't remember the name of the map that I took on in the end, and that was a lot of fun as well. It was just a little bit too bold for me, the map I took in the end, before ending up doing my search via WhatsApp. Well, yeah, here we go. Very high rail bridge. Oh, why not? Look, it's fantasy map, and with fantasy maps, rail gradients don't matter. They don't. It's nice if they look pretty. I think that's there's credit to be given when a fantasy rail looks pretty, and this sadly doesn't. And I'm not even going to try and pretend that this is a pretty map in any way, shape, or form, or the standards are good, because I would be just losing all credibility. But things like this, I like the idea of the rail across the front there. There are some nice design ideas, just a more experience. I think it's one of these things that the creators just taken on a bit more than they're ready for in terms of standard. If this is their first attempt at a map, I think they've learned that, I mean, if they spent 60 hours on this, I think they will now know that if they wanted to polish this map to the nth degree, this is going to take them easily take them another 60 hours to get the standards to those of one of the very top fine-tuned creators. Yeah, map making is a full-on project, and it takes just all of your concentration, and it's just so easy to miss tiny things as well. Why is this rail not straight here? I mean, we just why is that not straight? Sorry. I digress. Anyway, when we come back, we'll check out some of the fun features, because there's plenty of fun features on this map.
Do your cul-de-sacs look like this? Do you want them to look like this? Then you need the beginner's guide to the perfect cul-de-sacs by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
And so back to the shipping routes at Unus x Nobis, TimKalation community project by TimKalation. Yes, now there's jinky jankies in the shipping routes all the way. There's not a single curved line in the shipping routes. Would have been nice to have seen some curved lines, but it's not that essential. Yeah, we'd be crashing through a couple of pillars there. It's not that essential, so long as there are no hard turns, like we've got right angle turns there, and another worse one coming, because you don't notice a ship making some minor adjustments, but there, yeah, we need a curve there. We badly need a curve there. And now we're going around the islands with right angle turns. Yeah, it's fun. We're going with fun. I'm all for fun. I'm all for fun. There's lots of fun to be had with this one. Water flow. Okay, now this I've got to say blew my mind. We've got strong water flow here going down to the main river that goes through the start square, and it splits because it meets water coming head on. It goes to the right, off to the edge of the map that way, and it goes to the left into the bay off that way. And then if we go straight on, now going upstream, the water spawns in this swampy type area, which we'll have a quick look at in a moment. And then it goes downstream from here. Meanwhile, this section here that connects the two bits is pretty dead water here, because of obvious reasons, really. And then the water flows off and out, and it's strong water flow. You might have any problem with water flow. I'm just saying it blew my mind. It was really confusing. What have we got in terms of the map then? So we've got lots of different areas. We've got these sandy islands and beach type areas for a beachfront. And then we've got some sort of weird craters. Now this one could do with a little bit of smoothing. I'm going to be honest. It does look too clunky for my liking here. Just a little bit of smoothing or a better theme to make use of the ruggedness. Loving this bay as well. Nice little lake. Nice little lake going on there. And then we've just got some really interesting features in the middle of the map here. How you would use these, I mean, I think maybe some sort of national park going on here. We've got some castles. This first castle, this a standalone castle, pretty heavily worked. Why not? It's quite busy. I do have a slight problem though with the drawbridge. Yeah. Could it have it at the same height as the rest of the terrain just to make it possible to cross? Maybe. Be nice. Big old crater here with water on the front edge pouring over a waterfall. I like the ruggedness of this. I like the idea of it. Where's that water coming from and where's it going to? Two questions that don't need to be answered in a fantasy map. I do feel there's a little bit of polishing that could be done here and there to make that look a little bit better, but I do like the idea. This rail. The roller coaster rail up the side of this mountain is amazing. It's tiered, so you can actually build up here if you really wanted to, if you could get up here, of course. Little castle up here as well. Again, I have no problems with that. It's nice and tidy and nice. I think it adds something to the mountain we're looking at there. Lots of water pouring off of the mountain, which is obviously pouring down to the start square, giving us good water flow there. Comes off this side as well, this is nice. Irrigation into these fields. It's a very neat little touch. I like the shapes of the fields. I like the idea of the irrigation. Full credit there. And I even like the forest in the middle of them. See, there are areas that I really do like, and there's some areas that are a bit, I don't understand why that happens over there. Don't know. I just don't know what's happening over there. Over here, we've seen this already. These canyons just look like they've been dragged out with very little design. It's filled the area with something a bit different, and I would say possibly my least favourite part of the map in that corner there. Got some rugged detailing going on there. We've got some mountain detail, rugged detail there. We've got a rugged fantasy island over here. This is majestic. I love these. Again, I like to see it polished up a little bit, but I do love these. Tiered waterfalls coming down onto like a tiered lake, pouring off into the ocean. It's just excellent. It's just excellent. A better thing would do that a whole bunch of goodness, and an essential lighthouse too. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Click the link in the top right-hand corner now, and you can log in with your Facebook, Gmail, YouTube, or even with a free Patreon account. Right, aesthetically, it's busy. It's been a busy map. I've not stopped talking. I'm out of breath. Aesthetically, it's busy. There are some interesting features. I wouldn't call it aesthetically pleasing, though. I'm going to go for a high 2. I like some of the design features, but I can't go higher than 2. Detailing. A few of you are going to say 1 star, and I'm going to say don't be ridiculous. There's not a single drowned tree on this map. It's 2 stars. 2 stars for detail. Gameplay potential. I want to play this map. Well, the 3.5 year younger me wants to play this map. I think it's very playable, so shut up. 4 stars. I can't go for a 5th because there's too many things to tidy up. So, Unus x Nobis, a TimKalation community project by TimKalation. A reminder, head on over to their. In fact, I'm going to stick their Twitch link into the description as well, so you can just click into the description and follow them across. It looks like it's a fun channel to join, because I reckon they had a whole bunch of fun making that. I would have joined in. I would have had a right laugh with that one, and why not? So anyway, we're now into the last 20 seconds. It's the 20 and out elite. If you're still watching, head on down to the comments, write a comment including the word of the day, which is on the screen now. And remember, don't talk about this in the comments because this is our little secret. Thanks for watching. I've been BonBonB, and you've been very, very welcome.